Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. What we got here today is my squat workout from yesterday. A few people have asked me about my training split, what it is and stuff, and I'll get more into that in a future video once I actually figure out what it is, because it's slowly evolving and changing. But speaking of changing, I've decided to run the Juggernaut method for my main lifts, the squat, the bench, the deadlift, and the overhead press, to prep for my next meet. So with the Juggernaut system, the first 3 weeks you work with sets of 10, which is called the 10s wave. Then the next 3 weeks you work with sets of 8, the 8s wave, then sets of 5, then sets of 3, and then finally after that I'll head into a peaking phase. So the first week of the 10s wave is the accumulation phase, which calls for 5 sets of 10, which is what you're seeing now, 5 sets of 10 with 235 pounds. And I've never done sets of 10. I've never done sets of 10s on squats before, so I had no idea what to expect. So even though the weight was really light, it was still pretty intimidating. The phases where I'll be doing sets of 10 and 8 can be considered hypertrophy blocks, and I've always focused primarily on sets of 5 for hypertrophy, so that's why like these higher rep sets just it's totally completely out of my my comfort zone. And I think both rep ranges work for hypertrophy. Just theoretically, with lower percentages and higher reps, it's just easier to get more volume in, and with also less risk of form degradation as well. So yeah, and this workout kind of confirmed it for me. So for instance, last week I did 5 sets of 5 with 325 pounds, which works out to be 8,000 pounds of volume. And this week I did 5 sets of 10 with 235 pounds, which added up to be 12,000 pounds of volume. So that's like a 25% increase. And I just did all that math at the top of my head just now, like a true Asian, FYI. Just kidding, I used a calculator like way ahead of time. Anyways, also I'm a little bit burnt out from lifting too heavy too often, so this will kind of give my mind a chance to recover from all the heavy lifting and grinding and stuff, and just give me some space to grow that hunger for heavier weights again. So this is my last set here. I messed up and forgot to hit the record button on one of these sets. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with my form with these sets. My torso angle is staying pretty consistent coming out of the hole. I like to focus on trying to keep my chest up and trying to push the bar back with my traps, while at the same time trying to get my hips back underneath the bar as soon as possible. And I've also been focusing a lot on ankle mobility, and I think it's finally starting to show. My torso can stay pretty upright with my knees being able to track forward a little bit more, but it also looked like I was barely hitting depth because my knees were tracking so far forward. Now for the secondary exercise, opposite stance deadlifts, which is conventional for me. Because of the higher volume in squats, I had to adjust the numbers for the other exercises a little bit. What I'm looking to do is to try to get as close to the maximum amount of volume my body can tolerate without actually exceeding it. So it's very easy to just go into the gym and just go hardcore and go ham on everything and just beat yourself into the ground each training session, but it's smarter to plan ahead and take a look at the bigger picture and then from there decide what to do. And sometimes that means you got to lower the weight so that it fits into your overall plan in the long term, in the bigger picture. Next up is front squats. I prefer to stay as upright as possible while I squat, like I said earlier. So I'm hoping that the front squats will really build up the quad strength that I need to be able to do so. It's just I know that whenever I pitch forward or fold over during the squat, then I just know it's going to be a grinder, or even worse, the lift is just over. Once I get into that good morning position, things just get really ugly. So I know for me, the more I'm more upright, the more powerful I am. And with all these higher rep cardio sets, I had to cool off a little bit. That's one of the great things about working out at midnight. I work out at a 24-hour gym. I can just kind of do whatever I want. So also I tried to get a cool angle here, but the lighting just kind of washed everything out. Anyways, I like to wear my belt backwards during barbell rows because I like to aim the barbell towards my belly button. And if I wore it the normal way, then the lever gets in the way and stuff. And I don't use straps. Not that I'm against using them. It's just if I know I can get the work done without them, then I won't use them. If I have any doubts, then I'll use them. And with this kind of approach, I've never really had any issues with grip during deadlifts. Next up is what I like to call Campbell rows. Again, I'm just trying to get as close to the maximum recoverable volume. And from past experience, my lats seem to recover fine. But maybe not so my lower back. So I wanted to do some chest-supported horizontal rowing. And if you're going to do the Campbell row, then you got to finish them off properly. Then after that, I still have some energy left over, so I decided to do some box jumps. Box jumps stress your body in a way that's similar to squats, so I think it's fine to just tack them on at the end of a workout. But on off days, I think it's better to do something with lower impact and something that's less explosive. And with these box jumps, I'm probably capable of going higher, but it's kind of like a mental thing. It's not that high, but it just takes one mess up to get one hell of a shinner. So anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.